Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Bare Bones podcast. Quite literally today because there's only 2 of us, but we've got Lani Bones, so she makes up for 5. Today we'll be talking about setbacks. So setbacks in fighting, whether it be injuries or fights being cancelled or the whole world getting shut down. We'll be talking about the techniques of the week, both in the Muay Thai and in the MMA grappling. We'll be reviewing some up-and-coming fights and events, and we'll be playing everyone's favourite game, Rapid Fire with Whitewater Willy at the end. Well, my favourite game anyway. Okay, so the first section where we discuss a topic, the Shark Tank. We're restricting ourselves to 5 minutes. But Lani's got a hot date this afternoon with our other boyfriend, so we might need to get out of here a little bit earlier.
Press for time.
So setbacks. So setbacks are super common in fighting, and was it not last year but the year before, there was one year where you had maybe 7 fights booked.
It was pre-pandemic. I think I had 7 cancellations. Not just putting my name down 7 times and not getting a fight, having 7 fights confirmed and booked and having my opponents pull out for whatever reason. I think only a couple times was it injury based as well.
Yeah, so just people deciding that it was, that it was just too hard, or that when it got very real, they decided they didn't want to do it, which is pretty shitty, because what goes into it, like a lead up for a fight for you as someone who's in their late 30s and as a mother and business owner?
Well, everything goes into it, everything, everyone has to dedicate. It's not just the fighter that has to dedicate so much time to this sport, it's everyone that puts in the work as well. So not only are you pulling out on your opponent, but the team members that put in all the time and effort to train with them in the lead up to. For me, it's like my teammates, it's you, my husband, my coach, my other coach, Andy. It's also all of the people that I work with that pick up the slack when I'm not there, and it's our family as well. So, we jeopardize a lot for me to jump in the ring. So when that happens, like 1 time it sucks, 2 times it sucks. When it happens 7 times in a space of 12 months, it's pretty disheartening.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult to make that commitment and you cut a lot of weight, hence the Lani Bones thing, hence Bones MMA. And to put your body through that it's not just a sacrifice thing, it's a health thing, right?
Oh, definitely. Especially as a woman in martial arts, all women know how hard it is for us to cut weight. We have a monthly cycle and a lot goes into it, and that gets affected every single time we do a weight cut as well.
Yeah, so if you decide that you're going to fight, especially as a pro, and you put your name down, recognize that it's not just about you anymore, it's about you making a commitment to the person on the other side of the card who you don't yet know, but they're going through a process. And if you sign that dotted line, come hell or high water, you fight, unless there's circumstance. Yeah, and then you break something. So, for instance, Roy's had an incredibly bad run of luck through people through cards being cancelled, through him training too hard and injuring himself. But there are circumstances that can't be avoided.
Out of his control.
Yeah, but I guess what strikes me about both of you, and something that you guys have in common, is you're always really good at, even though it really sucks, you give yourselves like a window of time to feel shit about it, right? You're like, I'm going to feel shit about this for today, and then I'll give myself that long, and then tomorrow I'm going to get back on with it because this is the goal, or this is what means something to me.
I think I give myself 48 hours to cry and be angry,
drink whiskey,
and then be sad, and then eat donuts, have a couple whiskeys, and I just get it all out of my system. And I probably cry again.
Yeah. So that's pretty good advice. If someone's having a big setback in a fight or in life, is like, yeah, it sucks. So
but
forget about all these the happiness positivity means that get around, because that's kind of bullshit. Yeah, it sucks. So feel shit, and
cry, swear.
But then get on with it, and because if it means
100%.
enough to you, then you'll keep working to it come the next day.
Give yourself a time frame, let it all out.
Speaking about time frames, that's the 5 minutes of the Shark Tank done. Setbacks, boom, gone. All right, next one. Technique of the week section, which we call on the mats. 5 minutes starting now. In Muay Thai, we're talking about long guard.
Are we?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you haven't been there, so you wouldn't know. But we're talking about long guard, which is something you understand well.
Love it.
Yeah, good. So long guard, but I've been using it as a way to set up scoring.
Okay.
So we've been talking about how to use it to bag some points. So after you land some damage, you use long guard to close the door to stop your opponent having a turn. We've been using it to set up the shelf catch from which to score or to sweep. And we've been using it to set up knees and elbows, because you occupy the center of the center of your opponent's axis. So we taught you long guard. We tried to transition you into a long guard game a few years ago. And how did you find it initially? Because it was...
I found it really awkward initially. I actually felt very open when I did it initially. I felt like, because I was so tall and my guard was covering my face and then posting out, my entire body was exposed, and it still is. But I found it really difficult to kind of transition from posting in long guard and back to fighter stance, and that just took me a little while to feel safe there, I guess.
But it's made a huge difference.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Especially when you're long, using that as a way to keep people on the end of your strikes, so they can't crowd you, so they can't get their head underneath your chin. And as someone who likes to throw elbows and knees, it's like the perfect transition.
It's the perfect setup, But also too, it's so frustrating for your opponents on the other end. I've got quite a smothering style, so it's really beneficial for me to use it, because the person on the other side gets really frustrated.
If you want to, someone to study in long guard, I wouldn't find one person in particular. What I'll do is go and watch some stadium Muay Thai. Like, go on Simon Fight News on Facebook and just watch any decent Muay Thai in Omnoy Stadium or the Raja Stadium. It doesn't matter, but you'll see it happen a lot and you'll see it flash, like come up and then go. But look at the scenarios that they're using it, and find someone who's got a similar style to you and emulate the things they're doing. We're going to keep doing that in both the Muay Thai striking and the MMA striking, because it's absolutely applicable to MMA. But those guys upstairs, they've been using it to frame or to jam. It's a really useful way to break rhythm, to interrupt rhythm. So you can find it both in the MMA and downstairs in the striking. In the grappling, Matt and Jesse and Dom and Chris have been playing around with passing the open guard, which you'll have no idea about, so that's okay. So I'll just talk to everyone who actually gives a shit. So they're kind of reverse engineering things, and I love how Matt does this. He puts a lot of thought in. He doesn't just rock up and do the latest YouTube video. He teaches people the principles and with the guiding principles and concepts that underpin open guard, and they've been looking at single leg X. X guard, and now they're reverse engineering that to look at defending the outside heel hook, passing X guard, and passing open guard. If you understand the principles that belay all those concepts, you can understand everything there is to know about jiu-jitsu. You don't need to know one technique or one move, because if you understand that, it underpins the rest of it. Boom. Done. That's the on the mats section covered. Now we move onto a section that we call the locker. There's no hanky-panky in the locker. We're talking about upcoming fights and events. 5 minutes, go. So, what have we had recently? That we
had Muay Vics.
Oh, we had Muay Vics. Oh yeah, so we had Muay Vics. That was fun.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Muay Vic, I get COVID. I'm the leading. I've had COVID more than any other person on the planet so far.
And I'm yet to have it.
You're yet to have it. So Sai Naji, what do you call it? The head honcho. He compromises my immune system, and I get COVID. But apart from that, it was a good day. We
also had Roots the night before Muay Vix.
Did we?
Yeah, had Zane. He competed
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first time for the gym, which was awesome.
Hell yeah! Zane came out and just
sorry, it was Warriors Way.
It was Warriors Way.
Yeah.
We don't know what's been going on, but Zane was on Warriors Way. It wasn't Roots because there was no Muay Thai music in the background.
Yeah.
But Zane got out there and started really patiently, looked really good.
I actually thought that was a really stressful first round.
Yeah, it was stressful, but he's exercising patience, so he's practicing that. And then responded incredibly well to corner instructions and really picked up the pace. He's he's got such an aggressive nature about him when he's fighting. We're trying to turn that take the aggressiveness out and turn it into an attitude of dominating the opponent. And I thought he did that really, really well in that fight. That guy was super awkward.
Man, and he got clipped a few times in that first round. He got clipped with some solid elbows, and he kept it together and showed a lot of composure for a young kid.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's got a motorcycle helmet haircut, like a stack hat. So the next day was Muay Vic. We had young Luca and young Tom. Luca absolutely starched his opponent. Again, listened incredibly well. Was long, landed some good knees. Just showed all the hard work that he's been doing in the clinch. Forced his opponent to turn his back. Just started elbowing his opponent in the back of the head.
So good.
They complained that our boy Luca was too strong, but they just need to clinch more. Sorry, if you.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's not too strong. Just clinch. Learn how to clinch. You learn how to use technique, and don't turn your back next time, buddy. You won't get elbowed in here. Anyway, awesome stuff from Luca. Tom again, because he's so light for that weight. He's incredibly strong. But he fought up another 4.5 kgs.
And he will always have that problem, though.
He always had that problem.
But he just makes up with heart.
He does. And he scraped out an awesome draw. Love that kid. If you're listening, Tom, don't smoke vapes. Come in and do some skipping or something. And you won't get so
draw,
tired.
next time it'll be a win.
It'll be a win. Hell yeah. We have... Then what else have we got? Where am I? Some shit. Oh, yeah. Okay. Then we've got Eternal next weekend up in Gold Coast.
Finally.
Sunny Gold Coast.
We're going to wrap Roy up for the next week, and he's going to be Bubble Boy, and we're going to go to Eternal and watch him win.
Yep.
Finally.
Yeah, we'll go up to Eternal. It'll be fun. Everyone's least favourite state in Australia, Queensland. We're not going to hire a highlight yellow Jimny this time, are we, Lani?
No, I got a big SUV this time just for me.
Good, because the highlight yellow Jimny was just a death trap. Doors didn't even shut properly.
There's still tickets available for Roy's fight in Queensland. There's a whole crew of us going up. I think we're there, fly out in and out of Avalon Friday, come back Sunday. So if people want to come, they can still come.
Sweet. I need someone to take my boogie board up. Anyway, it's a Michelle Colby joke. And then we have Demolition and Roots Rebellion on the same night. I don't know why they do that. We've got Drew fighting on Demolition, making his comeback against some guy who looks like Lex Luthor. And then the same night, we've just got everybody fighting on Roots and Rebellion. We've got John Ho, Sex Yamalet, the last hurrah, and an 8-man tournament. Unbelievable, can't wait for that. And then
sexiest belt available too.
Oh, it's the best belt.
Such a good job designing that.
Yeah, jump over Rebellion's Instagram, it's looking really good. And then we also have Isaac Tomlinson fighting Van Fan on Rebellion in the evening. It's going to be a great fight. We've got a great game plan for him. He's looking very strong. We've got Zane already matched. He's fighting someone, we actually can't say yet, but he's fighting somebody. And looking at confirming Ryan and Dylan's fights today. Excellent. If you're a female fighter in the fine state of Victoria, and you want to get a hiding from Hannah or Nicola, then put your name down, because there's no girls bloody nominated for this. And Hannah has access to firearms, and I'm scared that without wanton violence in the ring, that she might go AWOL. Anyway, that's the locker. 5 minutes and a little bit, probably done. Busy. All right, this brings us to everyone's, just my favourite game, Rapid Fire with Whitewater Willy, which I designed for Roy, but he's not here. So I'm just going to ask you all the questions.
Oh, sick. Okay.
All right.
I'll be right.
Okay. Rapid fire with Whitewater Willy. So I'll ask you a question, you just have to say the answer, whatever pops in your head, all right?
Yeah.
Hottest coach at the gym.
Babe.
What do you put in the toaster?
Sandwiches.
You put bread in the toaster. Second hottest coach at the gym.
Lily.
What do cows drink?
Milk.
They drink water! What would you rather do, jiu-jitsu or peel potatoes?
Peel potatoes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your favourite movie?
What do you mean on a scale of 1 to 10?
Best Muay Thai weapon?
Elbows.
How many squares does a round-sided triangle have?
None.
How many 11-year-olds do you think you could fight off at once?
None. 11-year-olds are terrifying.
You lose working with children's track. True or false? What's your favourite colour on a scale of 1 to 10?
True.
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 Boom! That's another game of Whitewater Willy. Done and dusted. We'll be back next month.
Oh, Roy, that was stressful.
Provided I can get someone else to carry my boogie board to Queensland. If not, I'll see you in a couple of years when I get out of Penridge.
Peace.
Peace.